Welcome back to Marvelous Mates, everyone. I'm here with myself and
that's
Eric.
That's me. Hello.
And with my lovely sister, Chelsea. How you doing?
Hello.
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 I'm great.
Yeah. It's a bit rainy outside. Had to.
Oh, I know.
Floof,
Yes.
floof, and
Put on the face
straighten,
again, and you know.
Yeah. Can you give us a brief description on what it is that you do in your job title, so to speak?
Oof.
I know, difficult question to answer.
Yeah, I do a little bit of everything. So my job title is called a recreation leader. And there's a lot of different jobs within that one job. So you can drive the bus, you can work for special events, you can work in the aquatic center, you can work with football. So there's a bunch of different jobs within that job that of itself.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of everything, honestly.
A little bit of everything. So kind of like a jack of all trades type of thing. A lifeguard.
Just like that.
Yeah, pretty much. It runs in the family.
Yeah. That's awesome. So today we're drinking, I assume that you would like this. It's not necessarily themed on anything like most of them, but I just made a blueberry lemonade as...
my fave.
Yes, exactly. We'll just call it pool water.
Oh, love it. Yes.
Boom, there we go.
Yeah, no, that's a good
Aquatics,
idea. I like it. No, I like it. It makes sense. I like it. I'm with it. It works. I like it.
We're going.
Good job. Yeah.
Am I allowed to drink it anytime I want?
Anytime.
Okay.
This is a
All
chaser.
throughout.
Okay, so I'm going to try
Yeah.
it.
If you run out, we can get some more.
No, we won't.
It's very refreshing.
You're the bar wench.
That is very nice.
Yeah.
Damn, that really is good, dude.
That's good.
I'm like, seriously?
I was nervous.
I had to add a little
You kind of
bit
have a
more
heavy
lemonade.
hand
So
usually.
I'm trying to say, I'm like, the first look you made, I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah. All right, let's...
Let's go ahead and get into it then.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and start with our first question. Our first drink is the toasted almond. So let's go ahead and take that real quick.
Oh, nice.
This is by far everyone's most favorite.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Slacker.
Did you see that? I saw it. Dude, it's down.
Down, up, cheers.
Thank you. See?
Face palm.
I missed the memo.
I was kind of like
Saw
sad
you
face.
go.
I was literally like,
I messed up. I got it for the next time. I'm sorry. I've always just done the solo shots. So, what kind of wanted you to get into this job? Like, what really kind of... I mean, I heard it was kind of like a family thing, too, so, you know.
Yep, so, I started back when I was 16 working for the same agency. And kind of been with the same agency ever since. I've gone from the junior lifeguard group over to athletics, done events, and worked in the after school program, and then now I'm in aquatics. So I've been literally all over the place.
Wow.
But it's given me so much to learn from, and it's been an awesome experience. I love it. So
I'm about to say, like, it seems like pretty, like, very time consuming.
yeah, everybody knows. They always call me, and they're always like, "Hey, I need help with this. Hey, I need help with that," because I'm literally the do it all. I love that. I need a bus driver. I need somebody to make gift baskets. I need somebody to work this event. I need somebody to, and it's me.
That's why you're the recreational leader.
Yeah, I was not wrong.
Yeah. So, like Dad brought up in his episode, he's like, you never stop learning.
Never.
Ever. In your entire life, you just keep...
See, that's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, you no matter, even if you're out of school, in school, out of school, you could be 79, and you're like, I learned something new today. Yeah, it really is, honestly.
Absolutely.
Every day.
I had the opportunity to stay in events, but it was brought to me that a position opening for aquatics was open, and I was like, you know what, that'd be really cool. I've grown up in aquatics all my life. I've been a swimmer all my life.
Right.
It'd be really nice to kind of learn exactly behind the scenes and what's there. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been a nice new journey.
Yeah, have you gotten your AFO yet, or or what's the other one? There's AFO.
So the AFO, LGI is my next one.
Yeah. Lifeguard instructor.
Lifeguard instructor, yes.
I learned something today.
AFO, Aquatics Facility Operator.
I learned two things
There
today.
you go. And there's a WSI, which is a Water Safety Instructor.
Boom.
We're going to
Did
keep
that
going.
one.
That's all aquatics is, by the way, is just 3-letter abbreviations for everything.
I'm learning that. As long as you can breathe.
CPR. That's
Oh, yeah, CPR.
there's a billion of them.
I know CPR. I know that one.
Yeah, it's Aquatics is really cool. At least during my experience, at least it's been very. I don't know. I feel like it's family oriented, and you can kind of feel that way with a lot of jobs. Like the service industry. A lot of people feel like, we're a family in this joint, and I felt that way with Aquatics at least.
See, and then you can enjoy going to work too, especially when you have that camaraderie. It's like a second family, and it's just like you can go there and be like, okay, at least I know these people. At least I can hang around, just BS with these people. Not having to take this job so seriously.
Yeah, and then especially having the Aquatics background and going back to it where you're like, I know a lot of this, and then getting like you said, seeing the behind the scenes.
Yeah, like all the different plumbing that's involved. You'd be like, I never knew this was down here.
Wow. Yeah.
Don't even think about the pumps
and all the chemicals and everything. So it's all the balancing and if your pH is high, what do you have to add?
Wow, so you're the only.
Oh, dude, it's like chemistry.
Oh yeah, you're a chemist. You fix everything. Really you're the handyman. You're literally
that's
everything.
Actually a lot more interesting.
It's pretty cool. I think regardless of me going back to Aquatics or not, I think I want to go get my AFO just because it is super involved.
That's just
super involved.
I was about to say, you'll always learn, see something.
Yeah, you're
different.
Literally back there with pH tabs going.
You're your.
Well, that's not right.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's a good
I think the scariest thing though is making sure that because there's a lot of moving parts, so there's valves you have to close because the filters need cleaned. So it's making sure that you do all the right moves or those pipes, they're busting.
Oh.
And there you go. So or if you don't close them all the way, then it clouds the pool and the pool turns completely white and then everybody has to get out and then everybody wants to know, all the higher ups, why is the pool closed? Because you have all the upset people.
Why are all the kids coming out with freaking bloodshot eyes?
Yeah. It's cool, but it's also you have to be very, very careful. Know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean that's pretty safe.
That's why it's what's the other one? Certified pool operator, CPO, I think it is. There's
I'm not familiar with that.
There's two different ones I know. There's two different ones. There's AFO and then I think it's CPO.
I'm not familiar with that one.
But yeah, that's why it's certified pool operator because you gotta
know what you're doing. Yeah, you're not just hiring some high schooler.
You don't want to be the reason somebody's got the itchies, the itchy scratchies.
No.
Excuse me. Let's hop right into this next one. This is the.
I gotta run around.
Blue Hawaiian.
This one looks a little bit more like a pool.
Just a little deeper blue.
More of an ocean shot, when you just look down. That deep, dark abyss.
You don't like that one?
I did not think you were going to like that one when we picked it up.
That pineapple juice.
I know, you don't like pineapple.
I really don't.
I know.
I'm not a fan.
Well, luckily that's the only one that does have it, so.
Okay.
You're in the clear. What kind of events do you normally do? When you were in charge of doing that?
Well, that's kind of what I do now. Even though my title is recreation leader, I do oversee events at the aquatics now. That's why I was brought over, because they wanted to bring aquatics back, the events back to aquatics. Because the lifeguards don't really want much to do with it, and the supervisors just way too slammed with everything that we have going on, because we constantly have swim meets, we constantly have water polo tournaments, we have swim central, there's just so much, and we're trying to bring some fun back into aquatics. So but back to your question about events outside, we used to have Boo Bash, which is our massive Halloween event, probably one of my favorites. It's just so cool to see all the kids, everybody set up, and then we do the Halloween costume contest.
That's cute.
Yep. So we get mechanical rides. So it's a big party. It's like several thousand people that attend this thing. Yeah, it's huge. Okay. Oh no, yeah. And then another one that I really like to do was the Yuletide at Atlantic, which was our big Christmas parade.
Oh.
So yeah, all the streets are blocked off. They bring in tons of bleachers, and there's 80 floats, and so it was cool. All the moving parts that BSO, and our public works, just everybody working as a team to make this event happen was really cool.
Huge production.
Oh yeah, it's a
multiple departments.
So you got to think of all the like thousands and thousands of people that attend too, like that are just sitting on the sidelines watching.
Massive.
So
massive undertaking.
Yeah.
That's actually really, jeez.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Some new ones that we have coming to aquatics. We have the Splash and Dash. It's an water Easter egg hunt.
Oh.
So you fill the Easter eggs with rocks and you tape them and then you throw them in the water and then the kids have to go.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
So the Splash and Dash, we're trying to do it. We're doing our first like trial run this year.
Okay.
So I think it's in.
You can catch Skylar on there.
Yeah, probably. It's registration, so you got to make sure you sign up.
Oh man.
No, but our first trial run is with the after school programs, just to kind of see with the flow of getting how much time the kids need to pick up the eggs that they have, how much time it is for us to put the eggs back into the water and make sure some of them float, make sure some of them sink. Like there's a whole science to it because some kids can't dive all the way down, so making sure we have enough
in the shallower
adequate, staffing to make sure nobody doesn't come back up.
Because that's what you need on a trial run.
Nicer word for drown, but not that we would. But it's and then we do a dive-in movies where we bring a big movie screen to the pool and they get to sit in
like their floaties.
Yeah, they get to sit in the pool and they get to watch a movie while they're swimming.
That's pretty cool.
That one's usually during the summer.
You put Jaws on, right? Like that. I feel like that's
oh my god, I'm dying to do that, but it's gotta
like all the kids are just slowly creeping out of the water.
that deep side is gonna be clear, bro. No one's going under there.
I keep pitching it. I really want to show a movie on the pier, and I want it to be Jaws.
Yes!
I'm dying to do that.
That would be so awesome.
I know, but you gotta be careful because the screen, it could blow away, and because it gets a little windy out there. On the pier, it's windy. Blowing. So it's a dream, but I don't know if the dream's ever gonna happen.
It's super cool though. That'd be awesome.
I know.
Even just alone that I loved doing the dive-in movies when we did it at my facility back in the day. It was really cool. All the lifeguards have flashlights and we're like, it was a really cool time. But it's also the same thing where you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, you got to know what to look for.
With darkness like that, you got to be like on your A.
I mean, all the pool lights are on, but it's still like all the other lights on the deck are blacked out, so it's. You still gotta be eyes open. Like
it's cool though. Everyone is a lot like calmer. With the movies and stuff. And if you tell somebody rules, they're like, "Yeah, bro, I got you." But during the daytime, people are like,
it's so crazy. Different night and day. Difference.
Literally,
with patrons.
That's funny.
That is pretty funny though. Oh my god. See, that's something I wish we had like near us for just like the movies where you'd be on the lake. In Michigan, there was one that would be up there. And then you'd go in the lake, you'd park in your boat, and you're a little floaty, and they would show us a horror movie, and you're just like, all right, don't want to be here anymore.
I love that.
I want to go home. I want to go home now. So that's too scary for me. No, thank you. All right, let's go ahead and take our third shot. This shot right here is called the scurvy. I'm gonna do it right this time. I'm gonna do it right this time. Ah. Look at that.
You got the name and the dink right. I'm so proud of you.
Trying for you.
Oh Jesus!
Really? That was a good one. So this one is this one's a good one, and I know dealing with people on a daily, you have to deal with some really unpleasant people. Who are the worst people you've dealt with, or like a scenario where it's just like, man, you're just really pushing my buttons today?
Honestly, I've just been in it for so long that I'm used to working with people, and especially kids. Like kids really know how to try to get under your skin.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, I'm usually okay. Yeah, it's just kind of like, all right, you're whatever. So it really doesn't happen much. Or if ever, that I'm like,
wow,
yes, mother. And I'm like, it really doesn't. I kind of wish for this question I had a really good story,
yeah,
but I don't.
I really thought it'd be a big one.
No, you would think with working with the public so much that you would.
Yeah.
But I just work with it so much that it just kind of.
Are you saying that it's become like numb to you, or you don't even think about it, or it just doesn't happen that often?
Nah, it's really, you always have the patrons that are going to sit there and they're going to try to poke and they're going to be upset, and it's just, and you always try to provide the best customer service that you can. So, it's always okay, let me see what I can do, and you try to de-escalate the situation, and then you try to make the patron feel like they're being heard, number one.
Yeah.
And then you go and take care of the problem, and then everything's great.
Gotta do your steps every single time with them.
So I've kind of, like Skylar said, I've become probably a little numb to it, just because it's,
That's fair. That's fair.
I've worked with so many kids, I've worked with so many people that I'm just kind of like, it's you.
I get what we're in for.
Another one of you.
Old Mr. Jenkins, you're so silly.
Yeah, probably. Kind of, sort of. We have one lady at the pool, and she tries to be really helpful, but she's kind of like, she just like pokes and, there's no toilet paper in the ladies, there's no this, there's no that, and so-and-so was swimming in this lane, and so-and-so, like, she's like the manager of like the pool, but
we call those snitches.
So,
that's what I go for.
So there was one day we had our small pool was closed. We have two pools where I work, but so our small pool was closed where we normally do our swim central. We had, and then we have two patrons. We had this one lady, Betty. Betty was on one side, and then there's this group of people that like to do water aerobics. And so you got music blaring over here, music blaring over there, and they started, getting at each other the day before. Okay, so next day, we have a swim central group and the pool is closed. So we go, I tell the kids, okay, you're going to go in the middle of this pool, and to try to split the groups. Because they were telling me, oh no, they were going on the far right side of the pool. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, I'm not going to put the two groups that are mad at each other about playing music right next to each other. I was like, so I put the kids in the middle, and so she started yelling at me about, well, why, you got to put the kids on the other side. And I was like, no, trust me, I know what I'm doing. And then right after she came to me, she's like, I'm sorry, I should have listened to you. So,
like, I've been doing
harmless.
It's just
ultimately.
it's little things like that are just like,
just poke the bear, poke the bear, poke the bear.
Yeah. Ultimately harmless.
Yeah.
But like, you're like, okay, all right. I know what I'm doing. I've done this job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Come on.
You ever witnessed like a physical altercation or anything crazy like that? Especially on the pool side. I don't know how, if I know older people come in and they can just be kind of grumpy sometimes.
Actually, I haven't witnessed any altercations with older people at the pool, but I do coordinate the junior lifeguard program.
Oh, okay.
And the kids, it's the middle school kids. They
Prime time, baby.
they are the worst.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No doubt.
It is who is better than who can top who can, so they every day it's literally like this.
That's
I'm
what
like,
middle school is.
what?
Oh, absolutely.
Why can't we just get along?
That's all.
Please, I'm begging you.
Yep.
Just give me this many hours of this day and then go do whatever you want.
Yeah, that is really more of anything physical that we've come across with anybody.
This sounds like a pretty
middle
good
school
job, honestly.
It's always something, I'm telling you.
I'm loving this.
So yeah, it's just the middle school kids. They
they got something to prove. They're just
something to prove. Who's got cooler
chip on their shoulder. Who knows, man? Just that's middle school.
Schoolers.
Yeah, that's just. Don't miss that.
Just thinking back, like, oh yeah, that sounds about right.
Trying to think.
Are you thinking how long?
How long till mine's in middle school? Sundays.
Oh man, you don't have that much time.
First grade, second. Third,
you're in trouble soon.
5 years.
That's not a long time.
That's really not.
That's gonna flash
blink.
by. Yeah.
Blink.
And you get a nice moody middle schooler. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
All right, let's hop right into this next one here.
Okay.
This is the
Cough syrup.
It's what?
Whoop whoop.
Cough syrup?
No.
What'd you say?
Whoop whoop.
Oh.
That's the name.
Oh. All right.
It's the Ric Flair shot every time. I don't care what you say.
Yeah. I felt the alcohol.
You can blow fire out.
Yeah. Hoo, 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 hoo.
I'm
Yeah.
glad.
Woo, woo, woo.
It's earning its nickname now.
Oh my god. Facts.
What are some underrated pool safety tips? Well, you know, you've heard of running. You heard of.
They still don't listen though.
Yeah, that's true. Don't run.
Yeah.
You're
You
gonna
said no
slip and
running?
fall.
Okay.
Literally, though, kids will do that. It's crazy. You'll tell them no running, they're like,
I don't care.
they'll run and they'll bust their butt, and you're like,
It's always the toes for me. The toes that get messed up because they start trying to do that walk run and then they start dragging their toes and boom, there goes the big
Yep.
toe that's all skinned and scraped up and bleeding. Yep.
yep, every
Because
time.
they think they're trying to get away with fast walking. There it goes.
You're just being stupid.
I got a fucked up toenail because I was one of those run walkers.
She's like,
If we're being honest.
It was me.
I know
It was
you.
me.
I know you. I was you.
That's
Not fooling anybody.
That is you know the
I
don't
would say-
swim after 30 minutes after eating or whatever.
I think that's a myth.
It is. It's such a, it's a thing your kid. I think
Like
your parents just
an
said.
old wives' tale, right?
I don't know.
You're a lifeguard. You guys should know this. This is important
That's
facts.
not in the manual.
Yeah, that one's not in the
Damn, man, we can't bust myths here. Damn.
I would say one of the biggest ones would be like reach or throw, don't go. Because a lot of people, and that's how a lot of drownings happen, and that's why multiple people drown, is because somebody goes to try to save somebody else and they go with themselves instead of trying to throw something or, you know, toss something or, you know, reach something out there. I would say that's one of the biggest ones. And always swim with a buddy. I would say that's another big one because people think that they can just, I'm gonna go out there and swim.
Takes one cramp. That's all it
And
takes.
I would say the absolute biggest one is don't wait to have your kid learn how to swim. Do not wait. I actually have a personal story that I can share.
Please.
That, you know, even though I am a lifeguard and certified and everything, it can literally happen to anybody. And it happens within seconds. So my son, I think he was about 2 or around, he was around 2. And we had a pool in the backyard and I had my phone in my hand and I turned around to go put it down on the table and he was gone. I turned around, he was gone. And I was going to run over to him and I slipped and I fell on the tile. Whoever I bought my house from installed ceramic tile on the back porch.
So bad. It is the slipperiest material you have ever seen in your life.
Right
Like
next to a
slick
pool.
as these,
Yeah,
slick as
right
these
next
wet
to-
glasses, dude.
Yeah, it was, so I was like one of those cartoons, you know, where you're running and your feet are just go, and I just went, and I tried to get back up, and because I was just in so go mode to try, because I saw that he was in the pool at that point.
Oh,
So
jeez.
I tried to get up quick and go get him, and my ankle went from under me. And at that point, I figured out that my ankle was broken. So I had to crawl over to him. This was probably like 20 feet away. So I had to crawl 20 feet and go pull him out of the pool. It was, I can't even tell you. It was a horrific moment that I will not stop preaching about getting your kid to swim early.
That was some mama bear strength.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
straight
it
up.
was
Crawling over
you know what's that lady that comes out of the TV, the fly, and then she's
The grudge?
the ring, Samara.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, the ring.
Yeah, isn't her name like Samara? So yeah, where she's that's literally probably what I looked like.
I remember, yeah, I drove you to the hospital. Recklessly.
Yeah, it was like I was holding my leg, and I was like, and you had traffic or something.
Oh my god, the traffic, like literally the word, it was horrible. So Chelsea kept like, stop swerving! So, which I let it go because she was out, like her freaking ankle was broken. So she's like, it's so funny. Oh,
man, the more bumps you hit, the more I was like jerking it, and I was like, oh man. But honestly, and one of the really cool things that we do at the pool is we teach Swim Central. So Swim Central is where all the schools, the elementary schools and the daycares that are around us, they come to the pool for 2 weeks. And we teach them life-saving skills of how, not just to swim, but to be able to save themselves if they ever do fall in a pool.
Okay.
So we teach them, first day is like blowing bubbles. And obviously it changes because we do have ESE groups come in, so we try to do as much adaptive training as possible.
Okay.
But first day is usually bubbles, and then we do floating on your front, floating on your back, and then big arms, front, forward,
bobs.
And then bobs, all that good stuff. And then last day we teach them about life just kidding. Day before, last day, we teach them the reach or throw, don't go. Mm-hmm. And then the last day, we put them in a life jacket, and then we let them jump off the diving board as like their graduation.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, it's a really cool experience teaching, especially knowing what I went through. I love it. I love teaching it because it's
a great program.
It's a useful thing. I mean, especially life or death sometimes.
We're in Florida where there's more water than anywhere else.
Yep.
It's so important. I'm pretty sure I just saw on TV last night there was a drowning, a 2-year-old.
Oh, I wasn't
surprised.
Yeah, not at all, unfortunately.
It happens so often.
That's why they made Swim Central. It was an epidemic.
No kidding.
How old is it now? Like 30 years old?
Oh, I don't even
40?
know, but it's been around forever, and we have to accommodate, which I'm so glad that's
great.
a thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
wow, I did not
it's a really
know
cool
that.
program.
That's awesome.
Swim
No,
Central.
That's an awesome thing, especially because it's just like, again, it's teaching these young kids, hey, at least you can get through it. Something.
Yeah.
Anything.
Seriously.
Don't make excuses, because that's what I did. I made excuses. I was like, oh, the water's too cold. I'm too busy. He'll learn eventually. No, do it now. Hire somebody. Do it now.
The other thing too is when the kids start getting a little older,
they develop fear.
When they're told to be like, no,
then it's
be afraid of that.
Yeah.
Then they are like, nope.
Do it.
And then you have, like, I teach a lot of adult classes at my most recent facility. Mm-hmm. You have these 70-year-old ladies, 60-year-olds, 50-year-olds, adults that are like
still
terrified. But not just don't even know.
Yeah.
But they are petrified. Like, they don't even put their feet down. They're that scared.
Wow.
So, seriously, it is a seriously useful skill. You might not think that you need it, but you never know.
Just in case.
You could need it just to save somebody else's life, not even your own.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, not even maybe necessarily how to swim to do laps, but maybe just even to get to a wall, get to somewhere safe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just in a scenario, seriously. It's really important.
It's a good PSA, I'm not gonna lie. You know what? That's really spot on because especially when you're in Florida or a coast or if you have a pool or anything like that, like it's a must.
We had a situation where we had a mom. There was our swim team that uses our pool. There was a mom that was the coach had way too many kids for herself. And the one girl went off the wall as soon as the coach turned her back. And the girl sunk. And the mom freaked out because mom doesn't know how to swim either, apparently. So mom starts freaking out, and I go over to talk to mom, and I'm like, well, hey mom, let's figure this out. Everything's okay. And, and I just kind of, she's like, well, I'm not going to jump in after her. I don't even know how to swim, which it was like 4 foot of water, 3 foot of water.
Ooh.
Not that I'm saying anything, but you know what I mean?
Not judgment.
That's not judgment. It's literally
like wow.
That's the fear that people have is not even to go in 3 feet of water. But I even took this time to maybe just tell her, I was like, listen, maybe this is, a good time for you too to learn how to swim. Your daughter's learning how to swim. Maybe you should too. She took it and took off with it. And threatened my job and everything. So
I was just trying to be nice.
I know. I was literally like, no, this trying to have a heart to heart with her. Like this, no, it's not just about your daughter. It's about you too.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's just what that fear will do to you.
Yeah,
like, it'll
no, that's
irrational
true too.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, that's just how that is.
I've had that myself, where I've taught like kids with their parents, like with the adult that's like, I don't know how to swim either. And honestly, they make like a thing out of it. You know, they're like, it's the mom and like her 2 kids that are all learning how to swim together. So it's pretty, and you can make fun with
nice,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
I just say it's a family event in a way. It's just like, hey, we're all learning together as a family. You can
Sure,
do
she
that
didn't get
bonding moment.
she didn't get the opportunity to when she was younger, and now she gets to. So.
Yep, she can be that parent.
and there's a lot of free programs out there too that will help.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and take this next round real quick. This is the Applejack.
It looks good.
It's really
This one's
good.
actually-
It's my
I'm a
second
little nervous
favorite.
though. You guys have said the last 3 were good.
The last
actually,
three-
they were good, but they were strong. I'm a baby.
So you mentioned how you're a mother. I want to know, like, how does that change the aspect of your job? Like, how does that change either the way you look at it? Maybe you take things a little more precautiously, or maybe you're just like, wow, I'm glad I'm doing this because of such and such, because I'm a mother now.
I would say that. Well, right now I'm not only working; I'm in school too.
Oh,
so
wow.
I am pursuing my bachelor's degree. I have 2 classes, and I'm done in March.
Oh, that's
I have been in
awesome.
college since 2010, shipping away. But you know, I've stopped a couple times. One when I had my son.
Of
Number
course.
2. Well, because originally I was coming out of pocket, but the agency I work for, they have been paying for my college degree
Oh, really?
for the since I became full-time, which was almost 7 years ago.
Wow.
Tuition
So
reimbursement.
tuition reimbursement.
amazing.
So
Wow.
yeah, I've been chipping away 2-3 classes, one time 4, and I made the dean's list. Sorry, I'm just really proud of that.
Ah, you should be. You should
Yeah.
be.
I'm just,
That's awesome.
well, you know, just being a mom and working and
That's a
4
lot.
That's a
classes, like
huge
it was.
achievement.
It's a
so
huge undertaking.
Oh, yeah.
I do feel sometimes that between school and my job, I feel like I could. It's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot.
Oh,
And
yeah.
sometimes, you know, my mom has been really, really good. Our mom. Our mom has been really good about helping with him. And she takes him whenever I need her to. If I got
That's
a really
awesome.
big paper and I'm like, listen, I really...
Like right now.
Like right now.
Like right now.
This
Actually,
very
I start
second.
Monday. Oh, well, right now. Just kidding.
What, next classes?
Yeah, I start,
Oh, we both start
Monday, yeah.
Oh, we both
But
start.
I know, sad face.
That's cute.
But yeah, see, even right now, he's with her, and he loves going to her, which makes me extra super
great.
happy. So it's good because I feel like too that I'm teaching him don't stop, even though like I've got a lot on my plate right now. Like I've got school, I've got my full-time job. Like don't stop, get to where you want to go.
Yeah.
You're so close.
And I'm
So
really
close.
so close. I could taste it.
How many classes was it again? How close are you?
That close. Taste it. So I don't think my job, I don't work a whole lot of weekends. Every
Okay.
once in a while I have to, but overall we spend a lot of time together.
That's good. That's
He
good.
loves to go to urban air and jump for hours, and I'll usually sit there and write my papers while he's jumping, and we kind of, you know,
Perfect.
just both get done what we need to, and
Nice. That's
Well, we
awesome.
saw from earlier, like what you said about the horrifying experience of him
Yeah.
almost drowning.
Jeez.
That whole thing. So has that given you new perspective on like your job, where you're like, oh, that's somebody's baby in the water, like that's.
oh, of course.
And you're
I mean,
like-
I think even when I became a mom, like
That's
is
what I mean,
more
yeah.
of like my mentality.
Yeah.
I think even when I became a dog mom, because my dog is my baby.
Yes.
So that started 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always think that way.
Yeah.
It's, you know, that's a human being. Like that's,
Yes.
you know, not even just that's somebody's baby. That's a human being. Like that's
Yeah.
life right there. You know,
Yeah.
so it just, yeah.
Yeah, it's scary to lose over something so trivial, so silly. I mean, not that drowning is silly, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh,
something,
or something-
so just wow,
Something
it's
so
right
easily
there.
to avoid.
Yes,
Where
there you go.
like, you know, which I know people have lives and stuff, and getting to teaching things like that Like
Oh,
with
it's-
learning how to swim. I know it's an undertaking, but
Yep.
seriously,
If
do
you
it.
have the ability to
seriously,
do it, and if you don't have the ability, just try to do whatever you can.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways. Even like if you go to the public pool for like a just a family day. You know, you have a family day at the public pool. Just take that first 20 minutes. It's first 20 minutes that you guys are there. Hey, this time is dedicated to learning how to swim, and then just have some fun after
Yep.
that. And then it's a good experience for them. But also, you get a little bit of both family time.
Consistency is key.
teaching. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a big
consistency
one.
is key. You know, a lot of people say how bad COVID was for them, but I gotta say, COVID was so good to me.
Really?
COVID was so good to me because number one, work for an agency that paid for me to be home the entire time.
That's
I was
amazing.
able to work when I needed to and get done what I needed to, but I was also able to spend that time to make sure after my ankle healed and everything, I was able to spend every single day in the pool with my son.
That's awesome.
Making sure he learned how to swim.
is true.
So I can never say that COVID was bad to me.
I'm assuming your son's a pretty good swimmer now.
Oh
right?
yeah, he's on
He's a
swim
killer.
team.
I'm about
He's
to
a
say
Swim
killer
team.
now.
swim team and
Yeah.
everything. I love
yeah.
that. That's awesome. That is
Yeah,
amazing.
at 6 years old. Seven. No, he's going to be.
Right now he's 7.
He's 7. yeah.
Unbelievable.
I know.
What kind of uncle
I'm
are
a
you?
terrible uncle.
Oh my goodness.
7. I was thinking of something else. But at 7 years old, man, that kid's
That's still amazing.
that kid's a shark already.
Oh, yeah.
He swims, man.
He swam
Like, when-
against his first race ever. He was against somebody that was like twice his size, and he just blew past them. I was like,
That's my boy.
Yeah, he's a killer. He's fast.
he's quick, yeah.
When he came to my facility, and I was messing around with him in the water, I was like, oh,
He's fast, yeah.
like he's moving.
Surprise!
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's catching me now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I find a lot of people get perspective on things when they become that thing, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
You know, like people care more about children once they have them.
Yep.
You know, they get a new lease on life, so to speak, with viewing the world that way.
Well, I've always worked with kids. Even, like I said, you know, I started as my first job ever was I worked for the junior R program. I was a rec aide. So, you know, I was looking over kids when I was 16 years old. So, I
always
I
been
kind
there.
of always take them on as like my babies.
Yeah.
So, they're mine.
Never struggled with that. Because some people do.
No, never.
Yeah.
I've just always been like, oh, you're in my class, you're mine.
You are now my adopted child for now. Come here.
2 weeks from Central, you're mine.
That's great.
That's pretty cool. Well, let's go ahead and move on to this last shot.
This last one. This is
This is the cinnamon toast right now.
cinnamon
This is
toast.
a good one.
You know this one.
Yeah,
I know. Not the biggest fan of this one, I know.
it's okay.
It's okay. Oh, you almost. Wow.
Sorry, no, it's
It wasn't just-
table.
Yeah, we didn't
this
table.
first. Yeah, we
I don't
didn't
know
table,
who messed
see?
up on that. Maybe it was both of us.
Look, I'm just happy it wasn't just me. Now I can feel like it's all right.
I feel like I just ate gum. That's not the woo woo. No, it's just the one woo.
Just the-
Do you find it easy to manage people? I know a lot of people don't come with that gene in them.
yeah, can you boss people around?
Actually, yes. But I think that's one of my favorite things to do. Is because I usually have a direction that I want to go in, and I just,
Just
I
persistent.
usually just go. But I was a supervisor for a little while, and for 2 years, and it was my favorite thing. I got to work with a team, a really close team, and I think it's important to understand that, listen, I respect you, you respect me, and I don't have to we both know that I'm over you, but I don't need to make that known.
Right.
And I think it's important to also display that friendliness and let you know that, hey, I'm here for you, even if it's not work related. You can come talk to me. And I actually did run into a situation when I was a supervisor where one of my subordinates told me that he was thinking about, like, he tried to commit suicide.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I kind of didn't know how to handle the information because
Right.
I was like, oh my God, this has never happened to me before. But, so I ended up telling the manager, and she told the director, and they all took care of it.
Oh, awesome.
But so I was nervous telling the manager because I felt like he confided in me about what he tried to do. But I also didn't want to ignore it. So I was even if that means he's going to be mad at me for going behind his back, I feel I need to keep him safe.
Yes.
So I did what I had to do. And he did go into, he did have to be Baker acted.
Of course, right.
And but when he got out, I was so nervous to face him because I was like, oh my God, I went behind his back and I totally broke his trust. But when I saw his face and he saw my face, we literally just locked arms.
Aww.
And we were just like, I was like, I'm so sorry. He's like, no, thank you. So
That's pretty.
It's
that's
been
awesome.
a really good,
That's awesome. That's
rewarding, just all around. It's been a lot of experience, and I loved it.
That's great.
That's a really hard decision to make. It's really difficult because you're on on the one hand, like, I could ruin this dude's life in the sense of, oh, well, now everyone's going to think that I'm crazy, blah, blah,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. And then instead, I feel like your emotions were in the right place to be like, he needs actual help.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's really hard. It's really, really hard.
I still talk to him, and I still see him all the time, and he is doing the best he's ever
Awesome.
been.
That's amazing.
So I'm so happy
so
for
great.
him.
I love a happy story. That's
Yeah.
that's just amazing to hear.
Yeah, that's what
Makes
this
me
show
happy.
is for.
Yeah, right? Some good stories,
all the
baby.
negativity out there. There's good stuff happening in here, except for your ankle. But
That wasn't the best.
But everything happens for a reason. Firm believer in that one.
Yeah, now your son is one of the best swimmers there is because of that issue.
See?
So,
There you
so you
go.
know what? There it
you
is.
go.
It only took the most pain you've probably been in. Almost.
Oof, I don't know.
I said almost. I'm gonna specify that. Well, Chelsea, is there anything else you would like to tell us about your job? Any other stories you would like to let all the kind people of the audience know?
I don't think so. I think I pretty much put it all out on the table, and it's
feeling
what it is.
good.
Yeah, feeling good.
Feeling good.
Feeling toasty.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. This was awesome. Seriously, you were great. We appreciate it. You're always welcome to come back on and talk about anything else.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, here's the spiel. As always, make sure you go check out at Captain Peaches on Instagram, and go check us out as Leaky Lounge. Go check our YouTube channel out for all the podcasts, gameplay, and also the skits that are going on over there. Also, make sure you like, comment, subscribe over here at Captain Peaches /Marvelous Mage. Share, tell your friends. If you're interested in this, please leave some comments. Let us know what you guys do, and if you want to come on. Go love somebody, go hug somebody, and as always, we'll see you next time. Deuces.